Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers and sisters, and welcome to video number 9 in our tips on memorizing the Quran. Now today is going to probably be one of the most important practical tips that I will share with you, and that is to surround yourself with good people. Allah Azza wa Jal says in the Quran, Kunu ma'as sadiqeen, be amongst the righteous and truthful ones. Now your friends are really going to be one of the most important external factors that help you memorize the Quran and going through the journey of the Quran, or they might discourage you and make your life a whole lot more difficult. You have to decide that. That's why the Prophet ﷺ once said that a person is on the path of their friend. So if you have friends that are studious, that also love Quran, that are Muslim, and have that kind of discipline in them, then you know what's going to happen? You're going to have the same thing as well. You yourself are going to find one day you're going to wake up and you're going to find yourself that you can't leave the home without Quran. It's going to become so habitual to you that you're going to have a nice small pocket-sized Quran. You're going to have a Quran on your phone. Everything about your life is going to be surrounded with just Quran. So we're talking about good company, good people, inshallah, and may Allah make this easy for all of us. The second point that I want to mention is that this is also extended to your friends that you have online, on Facebook, on Twitter. All of this is inclusive to being around good people, especially when you're a student of the Quran. Because if you get good influence outside, but you get the opposite when you go online and you get connected with the rest of your friends, it's going to have the same effect on you. You're going to have the same problems, and before you know it, whatever increased you outside is going to start to decrease you on the inside when you're standing in front of or when you're sitting in front of the computer screen. So you have to make a decision. Remember, brothers and sisters, that you as a student of Quran is a commitment, and it's a lifelong commitment. That's why memorizing Quran, whoever does it, they become so special. Just think about it, the Hafiz al-Quran that you know out there, don't you see that Allah Azza wa Jal has blessed them with some level of acceptance? Wherever he or she goes, they're very special. They stand out. They have a beautiful glow on their face. They have a beautiful smile. People want them to lead the salah all the time, or people always recognize that person has memorized the Quran. The third and final point that I want to mention to you is extremely important. Some of the Salaf used to say that they would have a brother or sister in their family living in the same house who would have memorized Quran, but the other family members would never know. 10 and 15 years would go on, and one of the Salaf would not know that his own sister has memorized the Quran for 15 years now. This tells you something very important. The Quran and you memorizing it is a secret between you and Allah. Try to keep it personal. Try to keep it private as much as possible. Keep it between yourself. A lot of our cultures, what happens is that when you memorize Quran, we prepare this massive celebration. We invite friends, we get money, have a big huge party, and that becomes the focus of why we want to memorize Quran. So you want to stay away from that. Let the Quran be something between you and Allah. So when you're with your friends, you don't always have to get into the discussion of, I just finished, Juz Amma today, I just finished Juz Tabarak, and I finished it in 1 hour, and just, have your moment amongst your friends. This is actually going to be something very detrimental to you. It'll start to interfere with your intention with Allah Azza wa Jal. It's going to start to interfere with your focus, and before you know it, it just becomes a competition. So it starts to ruin that whole vision and purpose as to why you wanted to memorize Quran in the first place. So I hope, inshaAllah ta'ala, this video helps you out in choosing the right company when you begin your journey in memorizing the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah Azza wa Jal make it easy for all of you. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.